welcome back to business. Thank you for following Chat Online Maths. May God bless you. Good. Today we are going to look at Surds. Now, whenever you square any number which gives you exact value or exact figure, we call those numbers rational numbers. And we have some numbers, whenever you square them, it won't give you exact value. And those numbers are also called irrational numbers. So in conclusion, we are saying that irrational numbers are also called surds. Now, example, when you write square root of 9, now square root of 9 will give me 3. This is rational number. And if I have square root of 5, the 5 here cannot give me exact value. So this number here is called irrational numbers. And irrational numbers are also called surds. Are you getting it? So we are going to leave our answer in surd form. Okay, now let's look at the first example. Now the first example says that root 32. We should simplify root 32. Now, first of all, get two numbers that will give you 32. When you multiply, it will give you 32. But those two numbers, one should be a square number. Okay, so start from lowest. Let's start from 2. 2 times 4 will give you 32. 2 times 16 will give you 32. And you can square 16. So I can use those two numbers. So I'll get square root of 16 times square root of what? 2. Now take note, the number you will square should come first. So I can get square root of 16, which is 4. So square it. Square root of 16 is what? 4. Then you bring your root 2. That's your final answer. So this is what we call surds. If you are getting it, it's very simple. Good. Let's take the second example. We have square root of 128. Now let's start from 2. 2 times what number will give you 122? 128. You get 2 goes here, 2 goes to 8, 4 times. 2 goes here, 6. So 64. 2 goes to 8, 4 times. 2 goes to 12, 6 times. So 64. 64 times 2 will give us 128. Because we can square 64. Are you getting it? So, square root of 64 times square root of 2. And I told you that the number that you can square should come first, so that it will give exact value. So, square root of 64 will give us what? 8. So, we are going to have 8 root 2. That's your final answer. It's very simple. It's very simple. Okay. Let's look at the third example. Now, the third example says, if root 32 plus root 128 minus root 18 plus root 50 equals to k root 2, find the value of k. We're going to look for k. So, solution, root 32 plus root 128 minus root 18 plus root 50 equals k root 2. Okay, now let's look at the first one. Let's break the 32 down. Okay, 2 numbers that will give us 32, but one of the numbers should be a perfect square. So we are saying that root 16 times 2. Root 16 times 2 give us 32. Plus, now 2 times 64. Root 64 times 2 will give us 128 minus root 9 times 2, because we can square the 9, plus root 25 times 2, because we can square the 25, equals k root 2. Okay, so that's the first step. Now let's look at the second step. The second step, you square the 16, which will give us an exact value. So, square root of 16 will give us 4. Then, you put the 2 in square root. So, 4 root 2. Square root of 16 is 4. Then, you put the 2 in square root. Plus, square root of 64 will give us 8. 8 root 2. Good. Minus square root of 9 is 3 root 2. Plus square root of 25 is 5. 5 root 2 equals k root 2. Wow. Wow. Math is very interesting. It's a nice subject. Please, math is not difficult. Keep on practicing. Believe in yourself. You can do it. Please. Practice make man perfect. Good. Let's go to the next step. The next step, we are going to add them. Now, you can only add them when they are alike. So, let's look at this one. 4, we have root 2, root 2. So, they are alike terms. So, because of that, we can add 4 and 8. And 4 plus 8 will give us what? 12. So, 12. Then, the root 2, you pick 1. So, root 2. Are you getting it? That's good. Now, let's come here. There's 3 here and there's 5. Now, we have root 2. They are like terms, so we can add them. Now, take note. Here's negative 3 plus 5. Negative 3 plus 5 will give us what? 2. So, plus 2 root 2. We added 4 and 8. That gave us 12 root 2 plus negative 3 plus 5. Which will give us 2 root 2. Now, equals k root 2. Now, still, they are like terms. We have root 2. So, we can add them. So, we have 12 plus 2. That will give us 14. 14. Then you pick one of the roots. 14 root 2 equals 14 root 2 equals k root 2. So we should find k. Now, the value here is equivalent to the variable here. So k is equal to 14. Therefore, k is equal to what? 14, because the k here is the same to what? 14. So, therefore, the value of k is equal to what? 14. That's all about Surds. Surds are not difficult. And you are following the lesson. That's good. Keep on watching Jat Online Maths, and you will enjoy mathematics. Now, let's look at the final answer. The final answer. Now, this one, quickly, we say we should find the value of what? We should find the value. So, they say we should find the value of y. So, the way we did the third example, the same method, the same step, we're going to follow to do your example 4. Quickly, now let's see. Now, start from the lowest number. So, let's use 2. 2 times 1 will give you 24. 2 times 12. But take note, you cannot square 12. So you can't use 2 and 12. No. So let's use 6 and 4. Because we can square 4. Are you getting it? Because if you use 2 and 12, these two numbers, you can't square any of them. And we say that the two numbers that we are looking for, one should be a what? Should be a perfect square. So let's use 6. So root 6 times 4. 4 times root 6 plus now 96. Because why root 6? The root here is 6. Definitely all the roots will be 6. So 6 times what number will give you 96? That's 16 times 6 will give us 96. Minus square root of 600 will give us 100 times 6 equals y root 6. Now the second step, we are going to square all the perfect numbers. So square root of 4 will give us 2. So 2 root 6. We square this number, which is 2. Then you put a 6 in square root. Plus square root of 16 will give us 4. 4 root 6. Minus square root of 100 is 10. So 10 root 6 equals y root 6. Now let's add them. Now we have, they are all like terms. 6 root 6 root 6 root 6. So we can add them. Now look here. 2 plus 4 will give us 6. So I'm going to have 6 root 6. 2 plus 2 is 6. Then one of the roots, you pick one. Minus 10 root 6 equals y root 6. Now, let's add this and this. Now, say they are alike. We can subtract them. So here is negative. 6 minus 10 will give us what? 4. Negative 4. Because 6 minus 10 will give us negative 4. Then you pick one of the square roots. 6 equals y root 6. Now, the y here is equal to negative 4. Therefore, the value of y equals negative 4. That's your final answer. Please, it is very easy. Look at my presentation. Try and present your work nicely. Maths is all about neat presentation. Please, if you are new here, try and subscribe to Just Online Maths so that whenever I upload new lessons, you'll be the first person to see. Please keep on enjoying mathematics. Keep on practicing. I wish you all the best.